How's it going? I'm Steven. Hope your Tuesday's going well. If it's Taco Tuesday, it's probably going really well. A little bit about me. Radio guy forever. Morning shows, afternoon shows, making music, creating playlists, and now in the podcast world. Socially, you can find me at Steven on the Air pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. The usual spaces, if you will. On today's episode of Life as We Know It, things that kind of crossed my path that I want to talk about. There's a big story that made me really sad today, but I don't want to bring anybody down on Taco Tuesday, so perhaps we will save that for tomorrow. But I thought it was fun today, even though it's not Throwback Thursday, to go back in time for just a bit. 40 years ago today, 1983, the Disney Channel began broadcasting. I didn't realize that it was that long. I thought the Disney Channel was a thing of the late 80s or the 90s, and I say that because how things have changed. I remember growing up, and we didn't have cable on every TV. We had cable on the TV in the living room, and then in the bedrooms, I believe in some places we didn't. A couple places I lived, we didn't have cable in our rooms, my sister and I, at all. So you just had to suffer through antennas, now digital antennas, but back then it was still analog antennas. And then there was cable on the main TV. But I don't remember. I know we had HBO, but I don't think my parents would ever spring for the Disney Channel, at least not yet. And then when I got a little older, I had basic cable in my room, which was cool because I could get MTV. But Disney Channel used to be a premium. It wasn't free. You actually had to pay extra to watch Disney, which is crazy. Now it's, there's 3 different versions of the Disney Channel, and it's absolutely free for pretty much almost any package that you buy, cable, streaming, or whatever. And I gotta tell you, during that time period, it ain't like the youth of today. The youth of today have it so well. Why, you ask? Well, allow me to tell you. Back then, if you got sent to your room and you were a kid, it was an exercise in boredom because you didn't have anything to do. In our house, the video game systems were always in the living room. They weren't in all of our respective rooms, and we had no cable. So, if you got sentenced to your room, it was a prison sentence. Now, if you send a kid to the room, the kid's like, seriously? Do I have to come out? So, you mean let me get this straight, Mom. You're saying I can stay in my room for the rest of the night and maybe the whole week because they've got streaming services, Xboxes, PlayStation 4s, 5s, whatever. And it's like a damn resort in there these days. Us 90s kids, it wasn't like that. But I remember watching the Mickey Mouse Club. And no, I'm not talking about the Annette Funicello Mickey Mouse Club. I'm talking about the Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, that version of the Mickey Mouse Club, which was so cool because that's where I tried to mimic, what they were wearing is what I wanted to wear to school, which I look back now and I go, yeah, that's pretty crazy. I wouldn't even, think about it. But they always did these cool, musical numbers at the end of each show. And it was always a popular song, but they kind of Disney-fied it. 1, 2, 3. How do I say goodbye to what we had? Good times that made us laugh, how we went back. I thought we'd get to see forever, but forever's blown away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where this road is going to lead. All I know is where we've been and what we've been through. If we get to see tomorrow, I hope
it's worth all the pain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Yeah, and now the Mickey Mouse Club is kind of a thing of the past, but I learned a lot about hairstyles, fashion sense, and whatnot from watching the Mickey Mouse Club. Maybe that is what's wrong with me, but it's kind of interesting, all the things that, you know, go, and you see pictures and you can kind of flashback. And I was thinking about this time, like, driven thing where, you know, I kind of want to get in the Wayback Machine and go back for a while. And it's fun because I watch all these different videos, and I remember, like, at the time having a VCR, and if a cool video came on MTV, I recorded all these videos, and I don't think that I ever really watched them, but I just wanted to know that I had them, if that makes any kind of sense at all. Like, I wasn't going to watch the Smells Like Teen Spirit video 100 times, but by God, I had a video cassette tape that had the Smells Like Teen Spirit video on it. And for kids playing at home, see, before the ages of the cloud recordings, your DVRs and TiVos or whatever else you want to call them, we had to put a tape in the VCR, and the tape was this big plastic thing that slid in. And if you really knew how to VCR use, if you really knew how to work your VCR, you could preset it and schedule a time that you wanted to record. So, like, if you knew you were going to miss the first 15 minutes or so of TRL, you slapped a videotape in that bad boy and set it to record. Or your favorite show was going to come on at 8 o'clock that night, but you knew you weren't going to be home, so you set a video and you recorded Beverly Hills 90210 before you watched it later. Those were the days. Now you just pre-record everything and you watch it from the cloud. Nobody really knows what the cloud is, but it's there. But anyway, it was a little more difficult to watch things. But I started watching all these videos, and I was kind of thankful for YouTube, because a lot of people have taken those recordings now and uploaded them on the YouTube, and you can just kind of go back in time and see how it was and how much more fun and carefree that time was. So it's interesting. If you're sitting at work next time and you're trying to kill time, YouTube is like my go-to anymore for, I mean, because clearly MTV wasn't playing videos even when I was digging MTV, but it sure as hell isn't doing it anymore. But you can look back at all those videos that you kind of collected. I used to record, like, award show performances too, for whatever reason. So, like, if the American Music Awards or the Grammys or whatever, I knew somebody was going to be on there, I'd record that performance. And I swear to God, I really don't think I ever watched them back. Like, I just think I had tapes labeled, and I remember giving away video cassettes, and, you know, I might have even held on to a couple and been like, no, whoa, that is my video cassette tape that contains the 1997 American Music Awards performance where P. Diddy and Biggie and Mace all performed at the same time. I can't get rid of that, even though I don't even know at that point in time, when I found that tape, I even still had a VCR. But anyway, it's fun to look back, but I guess happy birthday to the Disney Channel. 40 years ago today, in 1983, it started broadcasting, and it certainly has gone through some changes, that's for sure. The shows, the programming, and all that kind of stuff. But then again, I guess everything has. So we'll end our Throwback Tuesday, if you will, on that note. And whatever you're doing tonight, I hope it goes well for you. Enjoy your evening. Go spend time with people you like, love, or tolerate, because time is limited. So remember, you don't have to dwell in the past, but it certainly is nice to visit once in a while, especially when you want to remember better times and you need a break from the chaos that is the 2023 world that we live in. So I'm done. Have a great night. Get out of here and go get some tacos.